Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Christian Ashmore here, also known as MPF Rabbit, and it's been a while since I've done an Airsoft related video. I think the last one was the Christmas shoot, and to be honest that wasn't much of a video, it was just a clip from the Christmas shoot. I can't remember if I put the full footage up now, I have to check, but if I did then you got the full footage, if not then yeah, you just got the clip. This isn't exactly the Airsoft video I wanted to do. I have wanted to go out and record, but due to money related issues and transport related issues I haven't been able to get out and airsoft as much, so unfortunately you're just going to have to deal with this one today. I'm basically just going to be talking about the guns that I've used and currently use and all that, so without further ado I'm going to get into this. The first one I use, I say it's my first gun, it's a lie, it's probably my second gun, but it is the one that is probably used most frequently, and that is my G&G CM16 Raider L. This has been, sorry, I was just checking out my window. This has been my most used gun probably. I've had it since I started airsofting. Yeah, it's very reliable. It's all the interiors in it, everything from the mechanism to work it obviously is completely stock, and I've just realised that is loose, so that's new. But it's completely stock inside, completely stock outside. The only things that are not the original parts to it is the mag release, because where is it there, I actually lost that during a game and had to get a new one. The foregrip, I've obviously attached that, and the red dot sight on top. I have had a laser sight on there as well, but I took it off because it was a pain in the ass and I couldn't really use it out on the site I wanted to. But yeah, I've never had any issues with this gun bar of course the mag release. There was one time I think I actually recorded it on the Black Ops footage when I went to Bristol Black Ops, and I thought it wasn't feeding properly, but it turns out it was actually just the magazines that I was using at the time. They weren't winding the BBs through, so it wasn't feeding them into the gun. So it wasn't the gun's fault, it was the magazine's fault, due to the fact I know that because the magazines work fine, the ones I'm using now. So yeah, I've had no issues with this gun, and it's been with me since 5, maybe 7 years. I can't remember how long I've been doing airsoft now, but it's been with me since the start pretty much, and yeah, it's probably my most reliable and most usable gun. My second gun, I haven't even got it out of the gun bag. That was the first gun I bought, bar the L85A2 I believe it was. That was a G&G as well. That was the gun I actually used first. I'll put a footage of put a picture up so you can see my first ever sort of style that I wore compared to what I wear now. But yeah, that wasn't working for me, so I basically traded it out for the CM16. Anyway, the second gun that I went and bought, that was 150 quid from the site I bought it, which was actually at the airsoft site. The second gun I bought, which was again from the site I do airsoft, was my wee Glock, I forgot what bloody one it is now, Glock 17, there we go. It says it on the side. Yeah, it's my Glock 17. I've actually, this is also, again, completely stock. I've done nothing to it. I don't think you can do anything. It's a gas blowback, GBB. And, yeah, the only things I've done to it is rip my call sign on the side. I don't know if you can see it there. If not, then it's right there. I don't know if you can see it. And I've also scribbled a name on it, which I've just thought it'd be fun to do. But yeah, this gun is reliable. I've used this multiple times. If you haven't seen my double kill and kills at long distance, then yeah, you see that I actually enjoy using this. I use it a lot during the pistol shotguns, but I run out of BBs pretty quickly, so I end up just running around with a knife. So yeah, but that cost me 100 quid at the actual site. You could probably get it cheaper on websites and stuff like that, but yeah, I still use this every now and then. It's not very good during the winter unless I change the gas I use in it, which is the green gas. You got green, red and black gas. I use the green, which is probably the cheapest one you can get. There's that one. And not the latest, the one before the latest gun I've owned is my ICS MP5, which is again very good gun. Brilliant rate of fire on this. I absolutely love the rate of fire. I've used this several, I can't remember how many times. I have recorded a few games with it. I used this at the Christmas shoot, but I ended up swapping out for the CM16 for the second half for the simple fact that I just don't have enough mags for this at the moment. I've only got 2 high cap mags and I get through them pretty quickly with the rate of fire and when there's a load of enemies around to shoot at. So yeah, this one was this one's served me well. I've had no issues with it yet. It's fairly new, so I can understand why. I say it's fairly new. I've not even had it a year, I think. I can't remember when I got it now. It was over last year. Yeah, it was last year, I believe. Sometime last year, yeah. But yeah, my MP5 ICS, brilliant rate of fire and has been very reliable for me. Accurate as hell, same with the CM16 and the Glock. Well, Glock's not as accurate, I still need to work on that. But that one cost me 185 from the store I bought it from, which I don't know if it's my most expensive gun I've had. No, the L85A2, which I had first, was my most expensive. That cost me 200. But when I swapped it for the CM16, they couldn't give me the change back, so they gave me the difference in gear. I don't know, but yeah, that is the guns that I currently use and are my most reliable ones. Another one I have, I'm not sure of the make or, well, yeah, the make, well, the model. No, I know the model. I don't know. I don't know this one that much, that well. All I know is it's an L96 bolt action sniper. This one actually cost me 90 quid. It was working when I first got it. If you hadn't seen the grenade that took out Jomo video, it was working when I first got it, but when I tried using it on the Christmas shoot, we had issues with it, and it turns out the actual piston inside was a bit loose, and yeah, one of my mates lost one of the parts trying to sort it out. I haven't had much time to use this one. I haven't had the money to sort of get the parts for it and sort it, but eventually when I do, hopefully I'll be able to get a lot more sniper action for you guys. I have had sniper footage before. It was the M70 Varmint, but I've got rid of that, and yeah, that's about it. I can't remember how much this Varmint cost me, but this one cost me 90. It's pretty good, considering it's broken currently. But yeah, hopefully I will get that sorted, and I will get some sniper footage for you in the future. Another one I've got, this is the last one, I promise. I should have had these ready. This one I'm thinking of currently getting rid of, because, like I said, I need the money and I don't really use it much. I use the CM16 and MP5 and Glock more. But eventually, if I do get rid of this one, I will get another one eventually. But I have a ASG AEG P90. I have tried to use this. I know my mates have used it, and well, one of my mates have used it and said it's okay. I have tried to use it myself, but it's not very effective for me. I've got a mag in there, which I shouldn't do, but there's no battery and the mag's empty anyway. I just keep it in there because it's easy to store. But a lot of people, when they go P90s, they tend to go for the M4 modifier because of the way the magazines work for a P90, which is they're gravity fed. Personally, I prefer the aesthetic look of the P90. I don't, just because, like, personal preference for me. Obviously other people prefer the M4. But I find with the P90, the best type of mags to use for it is not the high cap, it's the mid cap, for the simple fact that with high caps you get the wind feature, But the only problem with a P90 mag is if you want to wind it, you've got to take it out, then wind it, and then put it back in. Whereas if you had like an M4, MP5, the wind is on the bottom of the magazine, so you don't have to worry about taking it out. But the mid caps I prefer for the simple fact that they do just simply, once you feed them in and start firing, they spring and the bottom just pushes them up and pushes them in. So I prefer I recommend mid caps for a P90 if you want to keep it the aesthetic look and have it gravity fed, which is the term people use for it. But yeah, one issue I did have with this one is it did sound like a train when I was shooting it. I would demonstrate, but I am, as you can see, sat inside my house. Yeah, so those are all the ones I own and have used. I have used others. The very first gun I used when I went airsofting, which is when this picture that I will put up here will show, was used, was a M4, which was actually a rented gun. It was the first time I ever went, and as you can see, my ATIR is pretty much what I use these days, just the bottoms are different. Other weapons I've used a couple of garden shooters, which I'm not impressed with. Garden shooters, if you want to know what I mean by them, are the little cheap sort of plastic ones that you can buy from like a local game store, or you know, just in a toy shop or something like that. But they were long gone. They disappeared very quickly. What else have I used? I used a G36. That was also a rented. I believe that was when I can't remember when I had that one. I had another gun that wasn't working very well, I believe, and I ended up swapping it out. No, I think I actually forgot a magazine for a gun, a battery for a gun. I don't know. It was a long time ago, but it was a G36 I used, and that was a fun gun to use. And I have also used, I believe that is actually it. Oh, someone had one of the Scorpion Evo, ASG Scorpion Evos, which they let me have a fire of because I really wanted one, but they were about 300 quid, so yeah, money again. But someone let me have a use of one of them, and I still want one because they are absolutely awesome. But yeah, that is pretty much all the guns I have used and are currently using for my airsoft videos. So if that's about it, I've got to say, really. If you enjoyed this video, then I shall try doing more of this. I'll probably talk about like styles of loadout I go with and stuff like that for different sites, even though I use mostly the same loadout every time. But yeah, guys, until next time, I hope I will get some airsoft footage for you soon. If not, then I'm afraid you just have to stick with the gaming or whatever I can get out for you. So until next time, again, I shall see you around. Goodbye.